Welcome to I'm Not Famous.
Give me a clap.
It's Jess.
Just Jess.
It's Jess. Oh. All right. Well, we'll still go with it.
Yeah.
Keep that in there. You keep the hand clap in there, Kayla.
In this camera.
It's which camera am I
This
looking at?
camera.
Anyways,
Wide angle. Guest job.
I'm Not Famous. Welcome to another episode of I'm Not Famous, only on Project Nerd. We're with Dr. Jessica, like what were all the names? We were introduced like 30 names of.
Well, it was
like
Jess,
basic.
Jessica, and then just Jess.
Or Dr. Jessica.
Wait, the doctor.
Oh, you weren't there for the.
No, I was not.
He
You
made
have to
sure. He was like, doctor. But
you
he
a
said
real
it.
doctor?
He
I am
said
a
it
real
in such a
doctor.
Are you
way.
serious?
Yeah, I'm an eye doctor.
What kind of doctor are you?
An eye doctor.
Oh, you said that right when I was
It's okay.
asking.
That's all right.
Optometrist or ophthalmologist?
I have a brown
Optometrist.
spot like in my eye.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm just. Like,
mean,
when
you
people
might.
ask you, I do. I actually do.
Okay.
But I wasn't gonna make you do like a diagnosis on set.
That's called a nevus. No.
We're gonna have to talk later. 'Cause
Fancy
actually, no.
name of a
Awesome.
freckle.
All right, so we are here for another episode in Colorado Springs at the Iron Lion, the awesome Iron Lion, which I think I've now put 4 or 5
I really
things
thought
on
you were
the
going to say the
counter.
Iron Lung at some point.
The Iron Lung.
You know.
No, the Iron Lion. So I've got like 5 things on the counter back there, probably something. I'm
Yeah.
out of money, and we're only on our second interview already. So
Well, that's what we got to get our sponsors. Jamba Juice, our
Jamba Juice.
sponsor for this episode.
All right. Doctor, her wherever she works as the doctor could be one. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, awesome.
You
All
threw
right.
me off by that. I didn't
So
know we
you're
had, like, a
obviously
real life
not
doctor.
here. You're obviously not here for your doctor.
No.
Dr. Nis.
Wow.
We're here for. Oh, I didn't mean it like. Because this isn't a doctor show. We're here to
I
talk
mean-
geek. We're here to talk cosplay.
Gotcha.
I mean, it is kind of nerdy though. I
is
can
true.
I can delve deep.
I believe it. And we
Delve
actually
deep into what?
into
Like
eyes.
optometry?
In eyes,
Into
yeah.
eyes.
Oh my goodness.
She can
Do
dive
you just
deep
mess with
into
people when you go
your
1
eyes.
or 2? That's what I want. Do you just mess with people like 1 or 2 and it's the same thing? Do you
Sometimes,
do that for
yeah.
I knew it. I knew it. I'm so tired. Like, listen, it's the same, man. I'm blind.
So,
it's not
hey,
getting any better.
No. All right.
Do you do it to everybody or just people that you're tired of?
No, to people. I work with kids, so
So a
sometimes
lot
I
of
do
people.
it just to check to make sure that they really are telling me
Oh,
the truth
okay.
of what they want. But the key to an eye exam
Yes.
is you're actually looking for where it's the same.
Oh, I
So
thought you were
they
gonna give us,
want
like,
it to be the same.
Yeah.
See, I thought you were going to be like, give us the chart so we can memorize it, so I can actually pass my driving test. That's all
Without
I
the
want.
glasses?
Without the glasses.
So he's supposed to wear glasses, and when we were going last night too, he's booking the lift for us as the group,
It
and
took
he's
a
like, I'm like, just put your glasses on, dude. No.
the phone's on like 48 font too.
It's like there's one
I have to,
word
like,
you
zoom
have to
out.
scroll to get each word on the phone. Anyways,
There's just one letter. You're reading it up and down.
all right. Okay.
Anyways,
So you cosplay
that
with the
got
group.
derailed quickly.
I cosplay with a group and by myself. Yes.
And by, well,
And
yeah,
by
I'm by yours.
myself.
I would
Yeah.
assume it's like you're not allowed to make a costume
I
unless you're
only
with the
in
group.
the group.
Only with the, how dare you? We have to talk about you going to that con without us. You're not allowed to do that. Anyway, but there's a group, I don't know, that
Yes.
Mr. Bernard has told us about.
Planet Girls Denver.
Planet Girls Denver? Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's what we call ourselves.
What do you ladies do? I assume it's all. Is it all ladies or is it?
Yes. Yeah. There's 5 of us. We started out doing Sailor Moon cosplay.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is Sailor Moon?
Sailor Moon is a iconic 90s anime
Oh,
about
like,
girl
immediately
power.
Iconic. Like, you should know this. It is very iconic.
It's mainstream enough,
Is
at
it?
least the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Long blonde pigtails.
Okay. Sure. Sounds good.
No, he couldn't get Steven Universe questions, right?
We
My
already
microphone's
talked about it.
off.
She doesn't know it either.
I'm
not
not-
the only one
yeah.
that doesn't know Steven's universe. So I'm okay.
But you could, like, if somebody walked up as Steven, you would
I know. Yeah,
recognize.
my friend cosplays Steven, so yeah.
What up now?
You didn't tell me that all.
You didn't tell me that.
You didn't tell me you were
You
going
get
to
I
prepared
just-
for that.
on air twice, like 2 statements in a row. Iconic Sailor Moon, and then I know who Steven Universe is.
I know who Steven Universe is.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you what the show's about.
It's
Gems?
Steven. That's how that
Gems?
started. No, yeah, we are the
don't know.
crystal gems.
Keep saying it.
Always save the day. And if you think we can't, yeah, we will find a way.
Yeah.
That's why I don't. And then
Well,
I
we
don't-
were going to interrupt you. We're going to let you keep
I don't know.
going.
You needed to interrupt.
Whatever
'cause
that
I lost
was.
it there.
No.
I lost it.
We were letting
There's
that
another
one go
line,
way
another
too
line,
far.
and it says that's why the world believes in garnet. I don't remember. the
Pearl.
lines. And pearl.
Amethyst.
Garnet, Amethyst, Pearl, and then he goes, "It's Steven!" That's how the song
See,
is.
you know way too much. You were definitely
She was just
lying.
making you feel
yeah,
better.
she was.
about it.
Okay.
She was just trying
you
to
know
make
the
you feel better.
song. You know that they
I
do
don't
the-
know the song.
Yeah.
I know the names of the three.
You know Vegeta
four.
somehow crossed over into Steven's universe.
Vegeta?
Yeah. Vegeta's in Steven's universe, right?
No, he's not.
I don't even know who that is.
Dragon Ball. Vegeta?
Oh
I don't
no,
trust
I
you
don't know
anymore.
Dragon Ball
You know,
at all.
you had my
At
trust
zero.
at the beginning.
No, 0.
5 minutes in, now you're a doctor and you've been lying to me this whole time.
I didn't.
You know, I thought we were cool.
First of all, I'm a doctor. Anyways,
Getting back to Sailor Moon.
so
Sorry.
people
Sailor
know
Moon.
characters. Before we do that, people
Yes.
will know characters without watching it when you've
Okay.
been in this world long enough because, like you said, your friends cosplay it.
Yeah.
So I will be
Yeah.
at tons of conventions. I don't watch any anime, and I can name so many characters because you know people that have spent hours and have posted on Facebook about how they're like, I have 5 minutes before the show starts, so now I got to finish my costume, that type of stuff, and so
Right.
you learn who those characters are.
Okay.
Just get into the world, dude. Just
I've been trying.
Dive
I've been
in.
Trying.
Just dive in.
Now I gotta learn Sailor Moon.
Okay, now ask
I've
your
been
Sailor
doing-
Moon questions.
Oh yeah. Going back to it. So I'm sorry. What was the name of the group again?
Planet Girls Denver.
Planet Girls Denver. Is it always Sailor Moon?
No. It's mostly Sailor Moon. We do Sailor Moon spin-off type things also. So
Not all Sailor Moon. It's also Sailor Moon spin-offs.
well, no, I was
Okay,
I was
I'm just-
getting there.
Just giving you a hard time. Give me a hard time.
So we do Sailor Princesses. So Disney Princesses as Sailor Guardians, and then we have a My Hero Academia group, or
They have a Steven Universe group.
A Steven
Universe group.
we don't. So my friends would like to do it, but I don't watch the show. So
You could still be a character, though.
yeah, I guess.
I think you could do Pearl. Pretty easy.
But Pearl, she annoys me.
Well, which one would you want to do?
Of the main characters, none of them.
Just by the looks. Like, there's none that you would do by the
She
looks.
knows nothing about this show.
I
Sti-
watched
what about
like
She knows
Stefani?
Pearl is not someone she wants to be. Garnet.
Pearl annoys me.
no.
I haven't
Stefani.
gotten that far in. I've
Stefani?
watched like 4 episodes.
Okay.
Okay.
I know he turns into.
Well,
a
he,
girl. I don't.
because they, what's
don't-
the word? I can't remember what the word is, but they merge. The show is super, like, when you really look at the show from afar, it's like, this is a really sexual and gay show because, like, all the women, it's all women characters
Okay.
and gems, but they don't have a sex. They don't identify as a sex, but they look like women. So they all, like, love each other. And it's funny because you'll see comics online of where, like, the Cartoon Network executives are complaining about it being too gay, and they're like, oh, no, it's your #1 rated show. And they're like, okay, never mind. And then afterwards they're like, make it gayer. They're complaining, make it gayer. I should have worn my Pride shirt for this one because
Yeah, I was like, you went on a
I'm
tangent
not
there.
complaining. I'm not complaining.
Anyways,
I'm just saying, and then they do this thing where
I
they
didn't
like,
know that much.
they do this thing where they merge.
We're not in that shot, so we're okay. Like, that's gonna be him over
I'm not
there.
complaining about
Just
it.
a zoom
Just,
in on his
I was
face.
getting
Yeah.
to where they merge. So they merge, but they call it something. But it's where like a person you really click with or love, two become one. And so it's like something's happening here.
Like in Digimon.
I don't know Digimon. Nobody cosplays Digimon, so I don't know that one.
I would love to cosplay
Is that the little
Digimon.
game you used to play, like the
No,
little
you're
thinking-
handheld?
Where you
game?
kill
No,
the little
no,
where
but
you
it
kill the
kind of-
Tamagotchi.
Is it?
Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi.
You kill the little Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
You have to push the pin into the back to reset it.
Yeah.
Reset it. So you
Yeah,
kill
I
it.
would never like feed it, and it would just die.
So
So-
you just carry around a pin so you could constantly
Yeah.
reset it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But if they die, like it resets.
Mom, I need your earring again. Need the back of your earring again. So, okay. I went off on the Steven Universe thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
that took a turn, man.
I wasn't complaining about
You
it.
went like all social like norms right there and all that. Like
Hashtag equal rights.
I figured you were gonna start talking about like the gender pronouns of all of the characters in Steven Universe at that point, and they're like, okay, let's just complete it, complete that whole thing. And we'll be fine.
My point is that they become one. And so Steven with his female friend, they're just friends, they just identify as friends in
But
the show.
they merged.
They become Stefani. Yeah.
You sold it, man. That's I'm definitely going back and watching this show. And it's animated. And it's meant for kids.
Oh, my kids love it. It is like I like it and all, but they want to watch it for like 10 hours a day.
Right.
And I'm like, when does school start? I'm like, when does school start? Okay, Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Your group.
Sailor Moon, my group, yeah.
We're so on
We're
top.
gonna edit all of
We're
that.
so on
We're-
top
we're
of
so,
this.
we're and
Who's that girl?
action.
That's gonna. All right. So Sailor Moon. I don't know. It just
But why Sailor Moon? Let's get back to that, right?
Why
So-
Sailor Moon?
Yeah, why? Because it
That is
seems
a
like
good question,
there are other ones that are part of this group. Why do you typically want to stay in that Sailor Moon cosplay group there, or is it your goal just to either talk about the princess stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why just this one kind of show? I guess would be the
this got really serious.
yeah.
Yeah. Ooh,
I want to
wow.
know why, because I don't
Um,
understand.
Well, I think we all came together because we all wanted to cosplay
Okay.
Sailor Moon. And I am not the hugest Sailor Moon fan, and the character I cosplay is not actually my favorite character in the show. But I was like, oh, well, these people are doing this group, and I can make friends who also like to cosplay. So I took the leap and I joined the group so that I could
why
make friends.
do something that maybe the character that you don't want? Why just
For
because the
friends.
camaraderie?
Yeah.
Okay.
For
Experience.
friendship, yeah.
Well, it
Yeah.
seems like the cosplayers that I've all met through different conventions, it's very isolated, or it's very much just them in their cosplay. I don't
And
typically see a lot of group cosplay
It is.
in some of those conventions.
No, and that's true. For the first 2 years that I did it, I was really doing it by myself more. I had some friends who kind of cosplayed a little bit, but I was cosplayed more than they were, and they just kind of we all just walked around the conventions together. But having a group to cosplay with is just a completely it's just fun.
Right.
It just makes the whole experience
is it more fun than you doing it by yourself? Because it seems like when I talk to cosplayers, it's
Why
always
is hanging out with people more fun than being by
Well,
yourself?
no, but
Well,
you spend so much time creating this cosplay outfit and all these different things, and you want the attention on you, right? Like you spend a lot of
I
time
mean-
doing it. Like, why would you give that attention to a group? I'm just asking.
no,
'cause, like,
that's
I'm gonna
a fair
spend my
question.
time
Yeah.
And put all my. I'm not going to go and give someone else credit for it. Like, I'm
giving
not going to
anybody
make
else
someone else
credit
look
for
good.
it.
I
because
mean-
I did a lot to make myself.
We
look
just
good.
need to take this dude to Dragon Con so he can see all the big groups.
I'm actually
and all
going to
that stuff.
Dragon Con.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to take him there.
Yeah.
Yeah, do
I
they
have
do more like cosplay groups?
It's
Oh, dude, it's all
like
about the big groups.
yeah, it's all about that. From what I've heard, is like the
Oh, you've
con
not
to
been
go
yet?
to for cosplay. No, this is my first year going.
Get your sleep ahead of time because
Okay.
you don't sleep there.
Make sure
Okay.
your emergency contact stuff is updated before you go. Okay.
Okay. All right.
We
I mean, that nothing to do with the con. That's just Atlanta on Labor Day
yeah,
weekend. It's hot.
It's not called. It's
Yeah.
Hot Lana.
Yeah.
Hot
Hot
Atlanta.
Lana.
Hot Lana. And it's not the best place to be. No, but yeah, no, I'm interested in that because it seems like everybody that I've interviewed that have done cosplay, they do it by themselves. They're more introverted. They don't necessarily work well in a group because they're very opinionated.
See, and I
Oh man!
I think-
he's
okay.
talking about me saying something. You were stereotyping thousands upon thousands of people, calling them
what?
opinionated, calling
Yeah,
them
everybody has an
introverted.
opinion.
I mean,
They have an opinion.
a
That's
lot
not
of
the same as
cosplayers
opinionated.
are introverted, though. I
Okay,
mean,
introvert I can go with, but the opinionated,
What?
he might. You just alienated like 60% of our audience.
Yeah, that's what I do.
That's right.
But that's why I gave Jessica the opportunity to be like, no, that's actually not the case in our group.
So
or not the case in cosplay at all. Like I see the exact opposite.
Well, I would say a lot, like I said, I think a lot of cosplayers are introverted. I think we all, this is our way of escaping and being able to be somebody that we're not. And in our group, at least, we're all more similar. So we don't really have like one person who's a leader or one person who's like controlling. We all kind of
Don't
just
look at me.
we all kind of just like give our opinions and we work really well together as a group.
So you would say you're opinionated.
No.
All right. So question.
We have opinions. I would not say we're
That's
opinionated.
a very different word. So question: are you more comfortable at a convention in or out of costume?
I would probably say in now.
In costume?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But by yourself or with your group?
I've gone by myself.
But do you feel
Are you
Oh,
more
I mean like
comfortable?
completely
Yeah.
by myself. But I mean, so wait, what was the question?
So the first
With-
question was: are you more
yeah.
comfortable in or out of costume?
cosplay?
You said
Yeah.
in.
Yes.
And so are you more comfortable? So now we've gone
With-
that
in
route.
my group
so
or
in the
out
group,
of the
or
group?
if you're by yourself. What the comfort level? Which one's more? Is it equal?
I think they're equal.
Equal?
Yeah.
So let's switch it from comfort to fun. Do you have more fun
I
when
have-
you're cosplaying by yourself or when you're cosplaying with a group?
With a group.
Yeah.
Because I'm introverted, if I'm at a con by myself, I literally just walk up and down the aisles until someone talks to me.
Until someone talks.
And then I'll stop and talk to someone, but otherwise, I'm just like,
I
yeah.
just pictured you just walking up and down the same
No.
aisle, just like, please
That
talk
same
to
aisle.
me. Please, making eye contact with people. Like, no, look up from your phone. Look up.
No,
Nope,
but she
gotta
can't.
keep walking.
She's introverted, so she doesn't make the eye contact. They've
No,
got to make
I
eye
know.
contact with me. She's just looking down, walking.
I
backwards.
went to Cincinnati by myself last year, and I did just walk up and down each aisle
Until
over
somebody
and
goes, "Ma'am,
over
are
and
you lost?"
over again until somebody finally was like, "Hey, I really like your cosplay," and I'm like, "Oh, thanks. Let's talk
Now
for
you
like
latched
the
on.
next like
Nope.
hour."
You go, oh, by the way. The person was like,
Someone talk to me.
they're like, I really gotta go.
I actually didn't realize you were that person. I thought you were someone else. And now I gotta stay with
Oh,
this.
oh my, yeah, they
Yeah, I know. They're
I
like,
thought
"Oh,
you were
shoot."
Stefani from Steven Universe. My bad. So, all right.
Oh man.
Anyways, it's some good questions though.
Yeah, I
for
think
not
so.
be familiar cosplay.
Well, now that we edit all of this out because I've alienated like our entire brand. No, but I'm interested because we started this podcast and I really didn't understand cosplay, right? So one, I called it costume, and then I got some people will take it very offensive because it's like it's not Halloween. I'm not in costume, right? I'm like, no, but you are
Who
creating.
got upset about it?
Oh, there's been a few. We
Okay.
can
You tell me names
insert
afterwards?
the clip where they all get mad at me at any of the conventions.
Just whisper
Yeah.
away from the mic.
And you can find their.
But no, I don't want to
here.
alienate them because we're going to interview them in Colorado Springs. But I'm always fascinated by
So
the
they go to
idea.
Colorado
I-
Springs Comic Con.
Right, but I want to go backwards a little bit because you say that if I understood what you meant is that you kind of you don't actually portray yourself when you're in cosplay. You're actually creating that character. Like when you're in cosplay, are you acting as the character in Sailor Moon, or are you still yourself just in cosplay?
I
Like,
think
how
it-
do you do?
I think it depends on the situation.
Okay.
When I'm just walking around, I'm just really myself.
With the introverted, like you were talking about like in Cincinnati, where you're like, I'm not
A
this
little-
very confident character that I'm now portraying.
If I'm with other people, I'm not so in myself,
Right.
but definitely by myself. But certain characters, like I do Daenerys from Game of Thrones, and that character, I do feel like I have to walk around and be just a little more like serious.
She
and
has her
stoic.
dragons kill people.
Right.
Yeah, like I don't feel like as myself in
Right.
her, even though I like cosplaying as her. I don't know. It's like I took her to WonderCon this year, and I was
California.
yeah, Anaheim. Yeah.
I need to be that guy over here who's taking notes. One is that WOND?
Yes.
Is that Wonder Woman con
Oneater.
somewhere?
But I did her the second day, and the first day I did my Bombshell Stargirl.
Okay.
And I don't know if it was just the time that I was like outside or like what, but I felt like I got more of a reception from my Stargirl. And who knows? It may be because not many people do Stargirl.
I was gonna
That
say,
was
especially
also
Ant's design of it, right? Like, so the bombshells.
Yes.
And they're super popular. I feel like you see
well, you don't
20
see
Daenerys's everywhere.
Yeah. So then I did Daenerys the second day, and I just didn't feel like as many people were coming up to ask me for pictures.
Well, you said you had the look, so you
No,
probably
see,
had a
no,
look
and that's
on your
what
face.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I just because of how her character is, I
Right.
feel like maybe I just give off this persona like, oh, don't come and talk to me,
Yeah.
even though I want people to come talk
But
to
it
me.
also
I
seems
don't
like
know.
you're saying like you
I
don't
don't
want
know.
to detract from people's opinion of that character. People
Yeah.
know that character.
Yeah.
They know that character is being very confident, very aggressive in a way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and by portraying the opposite, you're also taking away from that character.
Yeah.
So that they
Yeah.
wouldn't know this is introverted Daenerys. Like that doesn't exist. Right?
Yeah.
They can't actually get any value off of that, or they don't recognize that.
Yeah.
Well, what's Stargirl though? Because when I heard Stargirl,
She's-
I'm thinking of like
DC character.
Yeah,
I
a
was thinking of
DC.
like Mario World.
Not many
Like
people.
you were just like the star thing that came out,
The
like
star-
the sunflower that throws like.
Well, you saw because with
fireballs.
the last
Yeah.
convention we were at, somebody built a box of the
Yeah.
box, so you push it and she'd pop out in the fireball costume and
Oh.
start throwing fireball candy at people. Yeah, and then go
That's
back in it.
kinda
It was pretty clever.
I'm just thinking of like the star that pops out. So
Yeah,
that
no,
might
it's
be
a.
it.
And then
she's
she
a
starts running through the
superhero.
aisles with the music going, like flashing, like
running, just knocking
yeah,
everyone
knocking
over,
everything.
just
Yeah,
demolishing
and everybody has to fall and,
everything.
like, die.
I gave it a shot. I gave it my one. Maybe it's an '80s reference that we're talking about. We're not.
No, she's just. I don't think many people really know who she is,
Okay.
honestly.
But why did you pick that? Like, if it's something, because Daenerys is obviously very well.
I liked the
known.
costume.
Okay.
I made it actually myself, and I was going through patterns and I saw it and I was like, oh, that's super cute, and so I made it. And
So Mr. Lucia, she makes your costume and likes it. And for second note, I'm going to buy a statue of yours down here probably before we leave, because I've already decided it's going to happen. Another one, because I need more statues on my shelf. So, anyways, okay, go ahead.
Oh, I thought you want me to keep asking questions because
I don't
I'm
know.
fascinated by it.
Yeah.
I'm always fascinated by cosplay because I feel like the more I do these, everybody has a different response to the same questions. Like you talked about, when I talk to people and they say, I'd rather do it alone because I want to be in charge of what I look like. I want to be the character that I want to be. It seems like in a group, you're losing some of your own identity and you're really portraying what the group wants.
Weren't you losing your own identity when you're
Maybe.
cosplaying another character?
Well, that's
anyway?
what she was
Yeah,
saying. Like,
kind of.
in some cases, you haven't.
Yeah.
You mentioned in certain opportunities, you actually do portray your own insecurities or introverted mentality. But then in the group, it's almost like you have an obligation to be something that you may not be if you were by yourself. In my opinion.
maybe, I mean, I can see where you're coming from, but I think the thing with our group at least is that we all can feed off of each other, and we're not really forcing anybody to be anything that they don't want to be. We're just a group of girls who cosplay together and
It
enjoy
really is as
doing
simple
it.
as that. It's not
Yeah.
any other agenda. It's, I like cosplaying, but you also create it. So you're not going and buying something, you're actually creating your Sailor Moon cosplay.
Well, yes and no.
Okay.
Our Sailor Moon cosplays themselves, we did buy, but our princess ones were mostly made. So like mine was all handmade, and a couple of the other girls made their own as well.
I have one so I've been around this stuff for forever, but I have one cosplay question. If it's a group project, is it like a group school project where it's like, and Sharon didn't do her work again. Look at this. The rest of us are over here, and she's in a cardboard box, just popping out, throwing fireballs at people, right? Like,
Well, that hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see about NDK coming up because we need to work on our Blend-S costumes real bad, and
right. I
none
feel
of
like,
us
and
have
like
done
Dragon
it.
Con's the
So,
weekend after that,
it is.
too.
Yeah, it is.
And I feel like Dragon Con's like the big show. It's
Right.
like the show for costume groups, especially.
Yeah.
And there's everybody we know that goes there, like, is in these group chats, and they're like, we're gonna do this one. And I know there's some guys, like the Wolfgar Weapon guys, will change into like 10 costumes a day for the different shoots and stuff like that. And I'm like, and their stuff's always great, but I'm always wondering if somebody shows up to that group shoots and they're like, here's Jim again, and he's just not even a character from, here he is as a Marvel character trying to get in this DC shoot again. So
I bet it happens.
I would
I'm
imagine
sure
so.
it does.
I would be that guy.
That guy.
Because I wouldn't know the difference. You're like, okay, we're going to be DC. I'm like, cool, got you. And I show up in a Marvel
You're like,
thing. and I
you're
don't
showing
know
up
the
to
difference.
Marvel shoot, and you're like, I'm Captain Marvel. I'm Shazam.
Yeah.
I should be here.
Yeah.
No, wrong Captain
mean-
Marvel. Wrong Cap-
They're the same character. It's,
I don't know anything. I still, like, with what we do with this podcast and stuff, I don't know any of these things. So I'm trying to learn as we continue to do these different episodes. And I love the understanding. Like, I want to understand more why people do what they do. I think it's an interesting culture. You know, I think that we've seen it more, you know, being more established, more people doing it. So I'm always interested when people have a difference of opinion, in a sense of what we've been talking about. I like the group thing because I get to go and be a part of this.
Yeah.
I'm a part of this, you know, great brand, great product. We're all coming together and really trying to, you know, push this, whatever we're doing, or we're just having fun.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's hard nowadays. Like you mentioned to me, like, it doesn't have to be agenda. It's I wanted to have fun, so I had fun.
yeah.
That's it. It's as simple as that. And I think that's what's fascinating because you get the more professional. It's like, I enjoy this character. I portray this character very well.
Yeah.
Right? Or just like someone like you, like, I want to have fun.
Well, some people go try to make it the career, try to make money off of it, and other people are like, this is how I get away. This is how I escape and just have fun, right?
Well, it's got to be. I mean, we joked about your job. It's also your job's going to be very stressful. You know, there's a lot of things going into it. So just being able to go and put on your cosplay and just go and have fun has to be a great way to detract from some of your work stresses.
Yeah.
Is that how you view it? Like, is it like I'm so stressed every day that when I get in this costume,
You're like, dress them.
just say one or two. Just say one.
Sometimes I am like that though. I'm just like, just one or two. Just. There's no wrong answer.
Is there a three?
It's enough of a choice.
So you're like, it's the
There are
same
no
one.
wrong
It's the
answers.
same one,
Just
the same one.
pick one.
7.
Pick one, or are they the same? And then they just sit there, and I'm like, are they the same? And they still just.
Well,
sit
especially
there,
because
and
you're
I'm
dealing with kids, right? Like that's gotta be crazy. Like, are they even like looking at the thing and not their phone? Like,
No, they are looking at it. They
have their
for
phone
the most,
up in front of
For
them.
the most part.
I can't see my phone. Okay, so not 2. So not
You just have their phone like reached out, like they're looking at.
And look at it here. Can you see it?
Can you see Instagram in 1 or 2? Okay, Snapchat in 1 or 2. That's how you figure out with kids. That's how you figure out kids. Okay, so we're getting low on time. So before we go, Kerry had a thing he wanted to bring up that I was red lighting.
Yeah.
I was saying no.
Yes.
But
well, we were talking off camera.
I'm allowing it.
And because we have someone of your stature and experience.
What?
I don't know, I always feel like
I am a short person,
You just-
so therefore
your stature
I know
is short,
these things.
and your experiences is that you commonly like things on social media.
But I feel like when you say like one thing, it's just kind of weird. Like because of your experience, like I feel like that's an interview type
I
of
also
thing.
don't know if this is a good experience, but
No, it is. It can be. No, we were
It was
talking-
not a good experience.
It was fun for me. It was fun for me because it didn't happen to me. That's my favorite part. But we were talking off camera, and I think there's a lot with social media that probably you utilize.
Do you want me to paint the scene?
Paint the scene.
Paint the scene.
Give us the visuals.
So we went to the Draft House bar before we went to a movie. So there's a group of us at a table. We're sitting outside. My phone's dinging like all of our phones do constantly. And so automatically they're always like, okay, who are you talking to? What's her name? What's her name? What's her name? I'm like, I'm not talking to anybody. Like somebody's asking me about a job thing. I'm like, okay, well, who were you talking to while he was asking you? I'm like finally, so I finally give him a name. Oh, okay. So they get all weird about it. And I don't even remember what you said. I think you said the name sounds like a redheaded name or something.
No, as I show me a photo.
Oh, you asked for, so you did ask for the photo. So I showed him a photo. It was black and white. So he called out her hair color. We're leaving it anonymous right now. Although I already said redhead. And,
Are you sure you want to say this thing?
anyways, so we mentioned something about how met her and my daughter with this and something about the costume. Well, what costume does she normally wear for that? So I went to scroll down for the costume. And as I'm scrolling through tagged photos, so you're in tagged photos. You don't know how far down you are or how long ago that was. 3 photos ago tagged could have been 2 years ago for some people, or it could have been today. And I'm scrolling to find the one, and I pop into one, and I accidentally click like from like 6 months ago. So I immediately unlike it. And so these guys are still joking about stuff, and all of a sudden I just sit back quietly and put my phone down and stop talking. So they're like, well, what's going on? So I explained to them, and they thought it was the greatest thing ever.
It was. Because you wouldn't have cared if you didn't like this person.
Well, I liked it and then unliked it.
No.
I know, I'm
if
throwing
you
you
did
a
that
tag.
to like a friend, we'll call it a friend, you
It
wouldn't
is
care.
just a friend. I only have friends.
Right, but the way that you're
I only have
passionate
friends.
about it, if it were my photo and you did that to mine, you wouldn't care.
Oh, I'd have been extra embarrassed. If I was looking at photos of you from
Right.
6 months ago,
6 months ago.
I'd be like, no, I'm never talking to that guy again.
Creeping
Never
on
talking to
your
that guy.
But what do you
Well,
think?
first of all,
Do
I
you think
broke,
that he still has
before
a
that,
chance
I
with this
broke
photo?
my first rule. Because when you're doing this, advice, scroll from the right side. Because the worst that happens is you hit the share, it pops up, you hit the X, nothing ever
Never
happens.
scroll from the left side.
And I accidentally scrolled from the left on this, so my mistake.
Good advice.
Yeah, that's great advice.
Well, one,
Not that I have a lot of experience doing this.
But you shouldn't be
just
using
great
one
advice.
hand. First of all, you need a second hand.
But
Right, exactly.
Okay.
You gotta fast.
You gotta go.
Okay.
You can't be doing the thumbs because you're going from right to left. You could be sharing and liking at the same time, and then you're really in trouble.
Have we looked at my news feed since then, by the way, to make sure I didn't share it?
I'm saying, and we'll bring it back. 'Cause what I thought is you're not going to be that upset about it.
I wasn't that upset.
You're still talking.
I was a little broke. Because you brought it up, and I allowed you to talk about it because I thought it'd be funny on the podcast.
Well, it is funny. it's absolutely funny for me because I didn't do it, and I don't. I always find it creepy when
By the
someone
way,
does it.
we are recording this way before the first weekend of August. So if this happened to any of my friends watching this, the first Friday of August, this happened before. This is not. We're not talking about
As you painted the scene while I was at the Alamo Draft House watching one. Everything except for the
And
dates.
in our conversation, because we were chatting, I may have mentioned I was at the draft house, different date again, and somehow it was a Friday.
favorite.
Hold on, it
He's
was a
not-
Friday without my kids, but somehow my daughter got a hold of the phone and was scrolling through Facebook and liked
She
it.
just liked a whole
yeah.
bunch of
She
people's
liked a whole bunch of
stuff.
people's
It
stuff.
was not just you.
All purely coincidence. If you feel I did this to you in August of 2019, we are not talking about you. This is from back in like May, I think. Wait, unless I did it to somebody in May. Then it's anyways. Let's moving on.
There is no moving on. You went through the entire story and the entire outcome. My question, right, to someone that's actually experienced with social media is
Of your stature and
Of
experience.
my
of your
stature.
stature and of your social experiences,
Since you are a doctor.
a doctor of social media. What do you think? So if someone did a friend that's just trying to be a friend, you see that pop up on your feed, what do you think? What's your like immediate response of like you go in and you see it's a photo from you from 6 months ago?
We still didn't. Okay, go ahead first.
Because that's really the question that I want to know. Not that I'm going to do it either, but I'm saying as someone of your stature and experience, are you like creeped out by that, or are you like, oh, that's probably an accident, or like you don't even care because you don't even look at it?
Okay, as for a friend, I wouldn't really think much of it. I'd just be like, oh wow, they're like.
So the way he's
they
reacting,
went way back into my feed.
So what
and
if it's
liked
two
a photo,
friends?
But like that's fine.
What if it's two friends who are
see that's what we're getting at.
like trying to be something?
no, not trying to be anything. I'm
are
not trying to
something?
be anything.
Oh.
I'm not defining anything.
But the way he's acting, do you think that he thinks of her as a friend, or that he's taken so much into this that he's afraid that he's now ruined any chance?
I don't
too
think
much
you
into-
ruined anything.
Do you think I'm thinking too much into it? It's the real question.
Maybe.
I'm
I don't know.
sitting here laughing about
I
it on
don't
a
know.
podcast. Like, Carrie's the one who wanted to bring it up.
I was just saying, like, I am always fascinated.
The
by
real
people that
question
think
was, is I unliked it immediately. So does it even show up in the notifications?
Was it? I don't know anything other than Instagram.
No, see, it was Facebook. I don't know.
But on
we're old people, we
Instagram,
don't use
yeah,
Instagram.
what's that? The
What's that?
Snapchats?
I don't. I used to be on Facebook, but it's all changed now, and I don't like it.
It used to. What's changed? don't-
Everything.
That's for another episode.
Everything's
Nothing.
changed.
Okay.
No, but I don't know about Facebook. But on Instagram, if you unlike it right away, it doesn't show up.
Doesn't show no. Same company. So we're gonna go
So we're
with
just
it.
gonna edit this all out
So-
because it doesn't even.
So this episode's never gonna air. We're sorry. All of y'all waiting for us on lunch. We're not even gonna air this. So.
No.
Okay, before we get out, because he's giving me the
Yes.
hand signals and they're getting
You've
hungry.
been awesome.
What? Where can we find the group online on Instagram?
Yeah,
or
Instagram.
You as well?
We are Planet Girls Denver on Instagram.
Okay.
I think we have a Facebook also, and I am Dr. Jessica Lewis on Instagram.
Doctor in there. DR or dot?
Dr. Dr. Jessica Lewis.
So DR.
Yeah.
MD at the end too?
No,
PhD?
I'm an OD.
Oh, OD? Okay. I don't know. All right. As always, too, for Project Nerd, Carrie, you going to give us the hand signals here
Oh,
for the
yeah.
likes and subscribes? Like it's not on the screen. It's below the screen. It's
gonna pop
below
up right on my
the
hand
screen. Anyways, obviously, like, subscribe if you're following us on YouTube. If you're catching us on Project Nerd Podcast, audio only. There's video that goes with this, which Carrie's on it, so you may not want to watch it. But there's also other podcasts, of course, on this podcast network. So check them out and subscribe there as well. Other than that, we're signing out from the Iron Lion, Colorado Springs. Let's go eat.
Let's go eat.
Deuce. Oh, am I going this way? There we go. There we go.